Hello, everybody. Hello, Hazel. Gosh, I'm so glad that I saw you today because I needed to hear from you.
Even though I'm sounding like a 60-year-old woman, but hey ho, we're here to fight another day.
There you go. I love that attitude. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I just want to say that it's really good to have you here. We really appreciate the comments that you're leaving. Please, please feel free to ask a question in the comments. Please give us a like, and it would be wonderful if you could subscribe to this platform. We really appreciate it.
And don't forget, follow us on TikTok because
There
you
you
can
go.
get a question there.
Absolutely. Uh, hit all of the social media platforms because we're on Instagram, Facebook, even Blue Sky, and Pinterest. So hit us up on all of them, okay?
Definitely, because we're here to help and that's what we want to do.
Exactly. And we all know that everything has just exploded around the world.
It's that bloody retrograde we've just gone through. That's spun my head.
You're not the only one because literally I am feeling upside down.
Yeah. It's been a real tough, hard one. And I think we got a lot more to come of it as well.
Well, that's what I want to get across to people, that even when we were going through COVID, it was hard for many people.
Yeah.
We really didn't know how we were going to get through the next day with kids being out of school and you having to take off from work to stay home with the kids. And then there was nothing else you could do. You couldn't leave your children at home alone,
No.
especially if one of them was sick.
And that's the thing. I think, yes, COVID is over, but COVID have caused so much damage. And I don't mean this disrespectfully for any of our clients, but emotionally, mentally, everybody is frazzled.
Yes. But I have to say that I think that prepared us for the next traumatic experience.
Yeah.
Because if you made it through COVID with all of the changes that were going on, you became stronger.
Yeah. For us, it was one of our hard times because we were needed 18 hours a day. Some of us were working.
Yeah.
But not because we wanted to so much, because clients needed us.
That was it, people just didn't know where else to turn.
No.
And it was great that you were there.
And it wasn't before clients say, oh, it was because you was being paid. A lot of the work I was doing was charity work, free questions, charity work for our local community shop that weren't allowed to be open. But I would give somebody a reading and then they would make a donation to keep the charity shop ticking over.
It was organizations like that really helped people get through. And I think that there were still a lot of people who didn't realize exactly what these organizations were doing.
Yeah, definitely. And like they were doing food banks. And even now they still need to do food bank. And I think it's the knock-on effect of everything.
That's absolutely true. And I hope that the food banks actually realized how important they were.
Yes.
And I hope that more people are supporting the food banks in the communities, especially now, because when you hear that farmers are going bankrupt
Yeah.
and people, so many hundreds of thousands of people are losing their jobs,
Yeah.
and even in the private sector, they're not hiring as like they used to. They're
Well,
actually expecting people to work double time.
we are part of NHS England because, guys, even though I've got a Welsh accent, I live in Norfolk.
Mm-hmm.
So we've just been told on the news that NHS England is being scrapped. So that's around about 19,000 jobs going.
Oh my God.
We also live, because I'm in Norfolk, it's the biggest farming agriculture. That's the main thing up here for
Wow.
people. So we're going to be in for a rough ride, but we've been through it once, we can get through it again.
And I think a lot of the questions that we got for today's show is going to build people
Yeah,
up so that they are recognizing other ways that they can help support their community, support
yeah,
their family, get through the job loss.
yeah.
And this is what the path we need to be taking.
I know when you lose a job, it's hard, but guys, please keep in mind as one door closes, another one opens.
Yes. I was okay with losing my job. I found that the job was no longer suiting my purposes. And
Yes,
so I felt good
yeah.
when we went our separate ways. But I did notice that I wasn't getting up in the morning and doing the things that I was normally doing. I was feeling bored
Je
at that
war
point.
het woemdorf.
Say that again, please.
Jo war woem, het woemdorf.
Now, I love that. Okay. I absolutely just, okay, I'm going to have to write that down. And
You'll be sending me a message later. What was that you said?
nope, I've got it on the recording.
Right, let's get on with these questions because my voice is going.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, Hazel. So here's my first question for you.
Come on then, fire away at me.
Okay. How can we attract and maintain soul aligned relationships that support our highest growth?
Oh, this is a real hard one to answer because some people don't believe in their alignment. Because alignment refers to the stars, the moon.
Mhm.
The word have gone off the top of my head. Astrology.
Astrology. Okay.
Whereas energies work totally different. With alignment and astrology, I don't know if people remember, a few years ago, the astrologist said that all the astrology signs were wrong. They changed different things. This is why I work more with energies, because even though I'm a Scorpio, I've still got traits of other signs in me. And that's really, really popular amongst people. How to keep your relationship soul running, and that's the word I'm going to use,
Okay.
is because when you become in a relationship, it's two hearts become one soul.
Oh, okay.
I've got that tattooed on my arm as well. That's how much that means to me.
Wow.
It's
I,
about
I go ahead.
keeping the fireworks there, keeping spontaneous things happening. Going for a walk, even though you look like rubbish, you've been at work all day, still do it because that's what it's about. And as far as your highest growth, when you're in a relationship, you grow naturally. Don't push anything, let it happen in a natural way. Because if you think about it, how does a relationship start? A relationship starts by saying hello. And that's
True.
what I mean by natural growth.
You know, that's interesting because I think that a lot of people get into relationships because of emotions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And that actually blocks their soul connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't always pay close attention to the signs that they're receiving because they're so physically involved.
Yeah. That's why I always consider a relationship as a friendship.
Yeah,
If there's no friendship there can't be a relationship.
that's absolutely true. That
The
has to
same,
be the basis.
yeah, the same as if you're questioning yourself constantly, where's my partner? Who's my partner with? What's my partner doing? Close the door and walk away from that relationship. If there's no trust, there can't be anything built on that.
That is so true. It is so true. If you are asking yourself questions like that, then you have to recognize that those questions are coming to you
Yeah.
for you to ask by your higher self.
Yeah. And it boils down to insecurities.
Yes.
And we all got them. We've
Mm-hmm.
all got insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I prefer to be single. Because I've been hurt in the past. I'd
Mm-hmm.
worry about being hurt again. And that's natural.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And but it's a boundary that you put up when that occurs, when that happens to you.
Yeah.
And I particularly don't think that's the healthiest way to handle it.
No, it's not. And I'll agree with that. Because for myself,
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky I've had the kids to keep me distracted. I've got the baby now to keep me distracted. Because other than that, I should think I'd be a lonely old cat woman.
Do you have cats, Hazel?
I have a ginger cat.
Okay.
So I understand why people do it as well.
Literally, pets are the most honest with their owners than another human being.
Yeah, yeah. So when somebody haven't got a distraction, I completely understand, oh, excuse me, why they feel the way they feel as well.
Absolutely.
Now, oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, I mean, that was a great answer that you gave to that question. I hope that a lot of people resonate with that.
Yeah, yeah. There's
We,
different
yeah,
of
go ahead.
there's different ways of reading. There's different ways of looking into things. I
Hmm.
an old-fashioned way, whereas a lot of the readers read astrology. They're signs. They can't dictate what the person is supposed to be like. Everybody is an individual and their own person at the same time.
You know, I have to say that for the longest time, I was clairaudient
Yeah,
without recognizing it.
yeah,
And it was literally because of the distractions that were in my way for me not to hear a lot of messages that I was getting. And I looked at it when I heard things, I thought about these as ideas that I was creating.
yeah,
But then I had to ask myself, where the heck did that idea come from?
yeah,
And when I realized that I was hearing other people speaking to me and I wasn't going crazy
yeah.
because all of the things that they were saying were true. And once I focused on what they were saying, and I was like, oh, this is what was meant by that.
Yeah.
So somebody is protecting me,
Yeah.
and I need to open myself up to it more.
And that's the way spirit work. You know yourself. Guys, me and Mia used to work together on a different platform. And one day I felt the need to message her. And I said, I've got something to tell you. And I blurted out the message. Then she came back to me and called me all the names under the sun because that message was smack on. But because Mia wasn't open to accepting that message herself, spirit came through me to give that message. And that's how spirit work. If they want you to know something, they will find a way of telling you.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
Because I asked nothing. I just connected with her to say hello. And she said, hey, oh my God, when your message of hello came through, I had somebody yelling in my ear, tell her this.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was amazing.
And that's the way spirit work. Soul relationships are so much deeper. When you've met your soul person, you'll know that. People say soulmates. A massive thing is you have more than one soulmate. Family members can be soulmates. Best friends can be soulmates. And that's where everybody gets confused on that word.
Yeah, that's true. Good answer. Wow.
Right. I'm now going to answer you. Oh God. Sorry guys, my throat is raw, so I'm drinking loads. How can we recognize and break free from limiting beliefs that block our spiritual and personal growth?
Wow. That is a great question. Okay, I will say that limiting beliefs are subconscious thought. They're a pattern that creates barriers in our lives and often formed from past experiences, like you talked about,
Yeah.
societal conditioning, like people are being trained right now, or inherited family patterns. And once you recognize this, it opens your self-awareness up and you start to reflect on situations. I mean, what we can see right now that is going on, that we have been brainwashed for the past, I'm going to say 50 years, but it's been longer than that, to believe that we needed all of these things that were being sold on TV. You know, there were material things.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And once people actually began to realize that this was a way of conditioning them to need these things that these billionaires were selling to us and making money off of us,
Yeah.
then they could actually take steps to get rid of that belief that they needed the things that were being pushed on them.
Yeah.
And they actually could feel much more comfortable, much more safe with where they were in life.
Definitely.
Every time we push this envelope to believe that, oh my God, I have the best car on the street because my neighbor just bought a brand new car, and the person on the block over, or a colleague at work just bought a brand new car, so I have to keep up with them. You are limiting yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And guys, I'm going to say something now that perhaps some people don't like. Where I'm from, we have a saying, when that happens, you're keeping up with the Joneses. Don't go into debt to prove you're better than anyone else. You look the better person, knowing that you're driving a car that you have paid for, whereas your neighbour down the street probably got £20,000 on loan to pay for their car.
There you
You're
go.
the one that should be smiling because your car's paid for.
That's right. That's
So
right.
just change that way of thinking. You're better off because your car's paid for. You can go to the pub and not have to worry.
Nobody's going to take your car from you.
Yeah. And that's why it's important that people change their way of thinking.
Yes, that's the thing is that once you release all of those, not wants, not needs. Okay, once you get rid of all of the wants in the world, you'll find out that you have everything that you need. The things that you need in life is time with family.
Yeah.
You need to be able to have a meal together in peace without your cell phone going off. If you think back to 75 years ago, where people didn't have these added distractions in their life, okay?
I had a conversation with somebody this week.
Mm-hmm.
This person was 30 years old. Now I'm 51. And I said, I remember having to go to the payphone and push 10 pence in to be able to make a call.
Okay.
And they were, really? I was like, yeah. We didn't have cell phones. We had black and white TVs for years.
Okay. And we were happy with it.
Yeah. You'd stand there for hours wiggling the coat hanger on top of the TV, trying to get a signal so that you could watch your program. But that was fun about it.
I think that was absolutely why we had such a large family, because I have 6 sisters and 4 brothers, is because the children, we had to take turns in holding the antenna and we'd get tired so the next one could jump in.
See, but that's the reality of it. Years ago, families done things together.
That was it, you know? And when you had multiple children in the family, you didn't have to go to your parents with every problem. There was always somebody there to talk to who was in your corner. Now, some families didn't have that closeness. And honestly, I think it was because your souls came in to this environment to work through some issues with the families that they have had in the past, because each lifetime your soul is learning new lessons, and that's part of your personal growth.
Every day is a learning day.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, we're only going to have time to go through 2 questions each this time.
That's because we chat so much. Right, fire away at me.
Okay, my next question is, if we feel lost or stuck in life, how can we receive clear guidance from our spirit guides to realign with our purpose?
Right. First things first, turn that frown upside down. Because if spirit feel that you're sad or you're down, they won't come to you. Not because they don't want to, but because they're worried about the information that they will give you will be taken in the wrong context. Because if you think about it, you can be out with a friend, you're having a bad day, you'll have a chat, then something have been taken the complete wrong way and there's an argument. The difference is with spirit, they will come to you when you're in a better place, for the simple reason you can't answer them back and you can't ask specific questions.
Wow.
This is going to be really important for people. If you wake up between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., don't be alarmed. That's when the earth plane and the spirit plane have a very, very thin line. You'll find that spirit, I'm going to call that spirit hour, because that's when they talk to you. And that's why you're woken up, because they are trying to communicate with you. Don't try too hard. This is going to sound stupid. Don't try too hard to connect with your spirit guide. Because if you're asking, right, if somebody you know asks you 10 times a day, what time is the next coffee? What time is the next coffee? What are we doing next? You get fed up with that question.
Yeah.
So does spirit. You ask them once, the first answer that comes to you is always your spirit guide. The second answer is always your conscience. So that's the one thing to keep in mind. Because even when you've had that first answer, you still question it. But you question it because you think it's too good to be true.
Wow. You just hit that right on the head. I mean, because how often have we second guessed ourselves?
Yeah. That's the one thing. We are our own worst enemies.
Yeah,
We
that's
really
absolutely true. We don't realize that there is a positive solution to every problem that we have.
Yeah. If I had £1 for every time I said to a client, go and give your head a wobble and then come back. Because that's what clients need on times. They
Yeah.
don't want somebody pussyfooting around and saying, oh, it's going to get better. No, give your head a wobble, then come back and I'll continue your reading, because you'll be in a better frame of mind and you'll be of a better thinking perspective as well. Oh,
Excuse me.
bless you.
Excuse me.
Right, let's jump on to this last question because I'm dying so deaf.
Okay.
Now, this goes really well with the question you answered first.
Okay.
What happens to our consciousness when we transition from life to the afterlife? How can we understand and help us navigate grief?
Wow. Okay, I'm going to say this. Many of our spiritual traditions and near-death experiences suggest that consciousness continues beyond the physical body. The transition process often includes a life review, and some describe it as a panoramic view of their life experience and the impacts they had on others from a higher compassionate perspective. It can also be a connection with the soul energy. Okay. A lot of people report that they encountered loved ones, spirit guides, or beings of light that assisted them in their transition. So, understanding this process can bring you comfort in grief by shifting our perspectives on death.
Yeah. One thing I need to put out there, and this is important if you're coming from mediumship reading, it takes 6 months to pass over. It's not you die and you straight over to heaven. That's not how it works, because there's a process to go through. The same as there's a process for a funeral. If you're grieving, there is no way you could have a good mediumship reading, because you need to settle your emotions and your feelings. The same as the person that's passing over. They won't know straight away how to communicate with you.
Right.
They've passed over, but they still got to go through that process.
And one thing that we have to remember is that love never dies.
No.
Okay. You're whatever you're feeling here, you are literally going to take it to the next level with you. So feeling like you're now alone or they're alone without you, recognize that your consciousness continues, helps you feel connected to the departed one, and you'll see signs, dreams, and synchronicities that will indicate their presence.
You can always say to your loved one, can you show me a sign you're with me?
I've
Because
done
they
it
will
many
show
times.
you a sign.
Yes.
They will make sure that you know that they're with you.
That was great.
Thing, yeah.
That was great. I don't want to cut you off because this is such a great conversation, but we are running out of time.
That's fine. And I'm running out of ice.
So I'm literally going to say bye to everyone. Thank you all for a great time. Please keep those questions coming.
Definitely.
We want to hear from you. And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. Bye, everybody. Bye.